Hello friends, I welcome you all to the Creative Thinkers Hub channel. Today we are going to be learning how to work with perspective. There are three ways of working with perspective. The first thing, let's capture my card. We shall be putting my card itself in perspective and seeing how we can work. Okay, so this is option 1. Here you take this, group it and skew it. So we want a box to work this way, right? So this is a one side, and so first side, and then we take this, come here, select this, don't forget to group it, group. Okay, come here and then come here and work with this in the same fashion. Now you could just take the Bezier tool, click exactly on the edges, and right now we just close this way. So this is our option 1, where we are using the skew method to create a box, right? Now we shall see option 2. So let's take our card again, come here, paste it. Okay, again as usual, let's group them, and then once you come here, you have got object, perspective, add perspective, right? So that's when I actually come here and I give it some perspective, right? Now can you see there are certain things that are not getting into the perspective? Let's see why. The power clip objects, the objects that you have power clipped, okay, in this, if you see this, we had, let's ungroup this first, we had done a power clip of these objects. So the power clip objects will not work with perspective to that level. So what you need to do is remove them. Come here, draw your rectangle all over again, right, and shift page down and delete the top one and paste all this. Now you would want to tell me that I want this in the same way. What you need to do is just come here and trim, come select this, trim, come here and trim all the objects, select all of them, source, target, let's work on source, this is my target, and trim, this is my source, this is my target, trim, source, target, trim, and source, target, trim. Now once we are here, we would have to do the same thing even for this card, right? So we group it all over again and we say object, add perspective. Okay, now if you see, my friends, everything will move the way you want it to, right? So that's how my box is going to be created. Same, I would have to move into this, ungroup all of them, come here, extract all the contents, make my rectangle all over again, say shift page down, come here, delete this, paste these, shift page down. Why are we going page down on these? Because our text is there on top, and then as usual just trim all this. Okay, so you come here, again come here, group all this, take it to this point, and object, perspective. Now why is perspective not coming here? Let's analyze this. Could it be because of our text box? Let's remove our text box, group the objects, come into our perspective, add perspective. So the text box 2 will not get into perspective because it's a different object. So all you need to do is convert this to curves. You don't have an option, right? Then you group all this and then you add it to perspective and you move it the way you want. Okay friends, so that's how we work with perspective. Fine, and then we close the top with our Bezier tool. Fine, this point could come lower. Yes. All right. So this is our first box. This is a second box. So that's how you work. Now there is a third way of doing this. This is only and only available for people who are having CorelDraw 21 and above. So my friends, our third way of doing it is adding a perspective plane. For that we are going to be copying these and pasting them, and just to be this again, you will have to work around these objects. And this we have to convert to curves. Let's group all of them. Let's take another object which is going to be our top. So for this we are going to be considering just we shall copy a card because we have worked in it and just paste it on this particular page. Okay. And now I will be showing you all how to work with perspective. So let's duplicate this 3 times because we want 3 pieces, right? Then, or more than anything, let's just delete all of them. So we come onto objective, perspective, draw in perspective. Here, once you come here, you are going to be given this option whether you want 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, or which kind of output you want. So let's work presently in 2 point. So when you come here, you are going to be getting something like this, right? So I can come here and move this particular plane to wherever I want. I can also increase or decrease my position of field, right? And also increase my depth. Now when I come here, I can directly, let's say I want to draw in this plane. So as soon as I start drawing, even though it's a rectangle, it will start drawing exactly in that plane, right? And then the top plane. So this is how easy it is to create a rectangle. You can come here and take these points manually. You can zoom in. Okay, and then what you need to do is place the object right where it needs to be. Got it? So that's how you can, again this needs to be edited. So you come here. Right? So this is our object in perspective. Got it? So my friends, now as we have finished making that object, yes, now let's see how we could take complex objects and move them to particular planes. So make sure that everything is grouped. So they all need to be grouped together. Let's give it one more, duplicate this, because we also need a top of the box. Then we come here, click outside, nothing should be selected, draw in perspective, 2 point again, we come here, make this like always, move our perspective line and let it be just the way it is, right? Then we come here, you will have to take this object here, right, and then move to right plane. So this is gone in the right plane. Don't worry about the size, just let it be, right? Next is take this object, put it down here, move to this plane, come here and align it. Now if objects are small or big, you could shift into that plane, right? We shift into that plane and change the size of the object so that it works proportionally. Okay, so once we are done with that, then we zoom out, come here, move this to top plane, move this here and then move it to the top plane. So once this is here, it gets its top plane, and all you need to do is move it to the point and enlarge it. The top plane is normally the toughest to get. Okay, there's a lot of alignment that you might have to do. So be patient and work with it. So my friends, this is our visiting card in perspective, right? So friends, now having done that, now let's see how we could put that particular object on a billboard. Okay, so let's paste our cards, right? So we take an image and we place it here. So this is a billboard, and we just take the top of our card, shift page up, come here, add perspective to this particular thing and let it go in perspective. That's it. Okay, so we have added perspective to this. All you need to do is come carefully at all the corners . And that's how my card would look if it were on a hoarding. So that's how you add perspective to images. Add your visiting card to an image. Okay, and now let's consider an image also would also work in the same fashion. So now let's see if we could take an image, right? So we come here, click, drag, let it come here and drop it here. So these are one of my banners, right? So in that particular scenario, now let's see how we could add perspective to this. So object, perspective, add perspective. So the way of working is the same. You see the X that is coming, that these are my vanishing points for my perspective. So that's how I put my add to into perspective. But you could zoom in for some finishing, you could zoom in and work around it this way. We as graphic designers, for us finishing and is extremely important. So Please stick to that. And that's about it. Okay, so this is how we work with perspective when we are working with images or any other object. This is skew, add perspective, and this is with the help of planes. So my friends, if you have learned something, you like this video, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to share, because the more you share, the more you learn, the more you grow. Thank you.